Hello traders, today is August 21st, 2024. I'm gonna go over, I believe, 11 different names today. I didn't see anything pretty extraordinary today, but there's a couple of things that I would like to address anyways. So let's get to it. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes or educational purposes. If you are thinking about investing your capital in stocks or anything like that, I strongly suggest you do your own research and your own due diligence before risking your capital. That being said, let's start. I have Amazon to start with, and I was talking about Amazon last week and also this week. I actually had a position in Amazon somewhere around this area right here, right under the 167 area, and my price target was 175. I also mentioned yesterday, I believe, that we had to get to this level right here to reassess our position. I sold most of my positions yesterday. I think I sold Amazon on Monday, I believe, or Tuesday, or on Monday, 2 days ago, at the beginning of the week. And well, the move continued. We actually went up to 181, which is a resistance level right here. It tried to mount the 35 SMA and then it got rejected. But we might see a continuation of this move. Is to be honest, as much as we see this type of extensions, which are, in my opinion, a little bit large, this is 20% in 13 trading days. I do believe that there might be, if we find any chop, a little bit of a chop right here, and kind of like a retest on this resistance level, and then we move up, that would be very optimal. As far as the MACD and the TSI, we are still under the zero line. That's a good sign still, and the RSI is not oversold. So I do believe that the optimal, I guess, situation, in my opinion, would be to bounce a little bit on this area right here and then continue to the move. I would feel, and even now, a little bit uncomfortable if this just continue to go green, because I know that there's at some point going to be an opposite reaction to what we're seeing here. So it would be great if we see a couple of small red candles or something, and then a continuation to the move upwards. So we are at 180. The price target was 181. That gap is actually filled. Let's get rid of it. You still have a small gap right here. I'm not going to put anything yet unless I start seeing price action goes towards resistance at 175 or 174. Anyways, that's what I have for Amazon. Let's move on with, I'm going to go all the way down to, should I do Kava? I'm not going to do Kava. I actually put a short post on X on Kava, but it was just related to the all-time highs. Anyways, let's do CLOV Health. I mentioned this name a couple of days ago, right here, and I did because I just was looking at this move a couple of days back, and if you used to trade back in 2019, 2020, you probably remember one of these SPACs. CLOV Health was one of those meme stocks that was pushed really hard by Chamath, and it did actually went parabolic a couple of times in the past. I think this was back in 2021, and this was close to, this was in the beginning of June, right when AMC was also going crazy. And then during 2021, I think that was when it went up to $72. And then Clover Health went up a couple of weeks later, and this is the beginning of June of 2021. But now we are seeing this move again, and sometimes when I see this kind of chart, I feel very tempted to short it. And let me take a look. I use Weibo Yeah, let's see. So September puts are cheap actually. They're, you know, 0.22, the $3 ones. I'm not saying that it's a good idea to um, short this, but it has to take a breather at one point. It had another great day today, almost 13%. The day before it was down 2.5%, and then but the prior day on Monday it was up 12%. So it's moving very aggressively, and it continues to go up. I do believe that at one point this is probably going to come down, but I think I'm going to do some research on this and just put the latest news that we have in not COVID, and Clover on X. So I just want to get a little more educated. I think what I heard, don't quote me on this, is that they were actually profitable a couple of quarters back or something, and since then you have seen this move. Well, we'll see. Keep this name in mind. I might actually go short on this with day swing or something. Not anytime soon. I just want to see the chart a little bit better. This looks incredibly unhealthy in my opinion. But again, this kind of stocks that get a lot of retail traders can continue going up. It has a lot of shorting going on, so we're obviously seeing a little bit of or some kind of short squeeze right here. So just keep this name in mind. I find it interesting. I'm just gonna get more information about what are the news and why this move is happening, and then I'll take it from there. But I suggest to put this name in your watch list. It was a crazy stock to trade in 2020, 2021, and it seems for those who were still involved in this, it was a crazy move or crazy opportunity as well over here. I just got back into this, meaning into looking into this name a few days back, and then I saw this chart and I was like, wow, this looks pretty amazing. But it's really risky to the upside and the downside. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it alone and just do a little research. So that's all I have for Clover Health. Moving on, let's do where are you? Disney. I mentioned Disney a couple of days back. I think when we were about to break either Friday. Let me see on my notes. On Monday, on the 19th, on Monday. So we were right here when I was talking about Disney. Let's zoom in so you guys can see better. On this candle, I think I'm starting to like what I'm seeing on Disney. I think I mentioned this before. I used to trade Disney and I did pretty well. And this was back on this area right here when it was bouncing back and forth. But I'm starting to keep an eye or looking at this name more often. I do like this. I might actually get into this name if I see more volume. I'm not very comfortable with the lack of volume or the, I guess, lack of enthusiasm getting into this name. A lot of people just don't like the brand, but there might be something going on here. You have low liquidity here. So my price target right now is the next resistance level, which is 96. You're probably gonna hit that 35 SMA before you hit 96, which is his level. So 95 is probably a best price target. I might get into it right now. I have 5 different positions, and maybe because of that, I might have a little bit of hesitation into getting into. But I like Disney. I keep it in your focus list. I think we might see a little bit of movement going up, kind of like a slow, I think, a slow move towards 95. I like Disney. Another name that I mentioned, let's move on, was yesterday, and I think the day before. So I have mentioned this Monday, Tuesday, and now today is GOVX. And with GOVX, one thing that I said yesterday was like, when I see, just like Clover, when I see this kind of charts, I really feel like I want to short it. But what did I say yesterday? Be very careful with this kind of names, because they tend to continue getting volatile until they lose momentum. Well, obviously this name is not losing any momentum, at least for now. Today was up 47%. I think they had an offering. I don't know if the offering was today or yesterday, but it seems like the market actually took it as good news, and it went up almost 50% today, which is pretty crazy. That most of the move, I was looking at this, was in the last minutes of the trading day, and you can see right here, within the last 3 minutes of trading, you went from 7 to basically 920 or 329. So just be very, very careful. Let's go back to the 1 minute. I want to see the whole chart. Yeah, I mean, it was moving up consistently, and then at the end of the day, it just went up pretty heavily. And so if you were shorting this, I personally couldn't buy any puts, because Webull doesn't have puts for this or contracts for this. And again, I think it's a little bit risky still now. We'll see what happens in the next few days. Seems like monkeypox is not going anywhere as far as propaganda or whatever we see out of this disease. But I don't know. We'll see. Just be very, very careful. If you think it's a good idea to actually short this, to, you know, I strongly suggest to really, really be careful. This is what I said yesterday as well. It looks like you want to short it because what you see on these indicators right here, what you see on the chart itself, but at the same time, you have this kind of risk. If you were shorting today, you basically would have lost 50% of your capital. That would be, or of your investment. That would be pretty sad if you did. Anyways, let's move on to HIMS. And with HIMS, I did have a position that I sold on Monday afternoon, I believe, and or yesterday in the beginning of the day. I don't recall, but I got rid of this position, and I did sell. Memory is crazy. I did sell some of my positions. I think it was yesterday in the beginning of the day. So I got rid of Microsoft, Google, HIMS, and Hood as well. So I might re-enter HIMS. I want to see a little bit more momentum. Volume is decreasing. I don't like that. You are in this liquidity shelf. I would like to see these candles going over 1680, 1685, and then I would probably jump in. I still like HIMS. I like what I'm seeing on the MACD and the TSI. I like the RSI is still low. All of them are still low. So there might be something coming up, but I just want to wait. Again, I got rid of this position. The only ones that I kept was IREN and Bank of America, and then I bought a few more today. Anyways, that's what I have for HIMS. I might get back in tomorrow if I see some momentum. If not, I'm just gonna let it pass. Let's go back to IREN. So one thing, today was up almost, at one point it was up a little bit over 7%, which was great. I did keep my calls for IREN. They expired on September 27th. My strike was 8.5. So right now we are at 868. So I'm good on them. They are up 35% as of now. So I'm pretty happy with that. I do believe that, volume is coming in. MACD and RSI, MACD and TSI are looking great. The RSI is also looking good. So we are poking out of this resistance level at 860. And let's do this. Let's go to the 1 minute. And it got rejected in the beginning of trading around 7 a.m. Pacific time. And I got a little bit worried when I saw this, but you know, then I left my house and I went to do some other stuff that I was working on. And when I came back, I was back around 12 or so, and then I saw this pattern right here that you can see, and I knew that this was probably gonna either chop here or just continue going up. I think that tomorrow we might, what would be great, I don't know exactly what's gonna happen tomorrow, would be mounting this level and continue going towards the 35 SMA. What I said a couple of days back is like, if we get momentum like we did today, you know, in the next few days, we're just gonna go through that 35 SMA and go towards 10. If that's the case, that would be fantastic. My calls would be paying really well. So far, again, they are up 35%. But I'm just gonna keep them. They expire in September 27th, so I'm just gonna keep them. I like this name. I still like it. I don't think you're late for this move, since what I'm seeing on the TSI and MACD is telling me that the move is just starting. I got here, and I think that was last week or so, or Friday or somewhere in these two candles, and it was because it was mounting the 200 EMA. So I just wanted to anticipate the move, and it's working out. It's paying off so far. Anyways, let's move on to another name that I mentioned. I think it was over the weekend, but it was one of those videos that don't have any audio. So fantastic, right? Here, Mara. So had a 7.3% move today. One of the things that I always mention when I speak about Mara is how sensitive this name is to the price action for Bitcoin. I think you have to be careful with that. That is pretty much the part of the catalyst that spoils a party every time for Mara. It seems like Bitcoin is moving very nicely. We are at 60s, actually losing a little bit of momentum. Not that long ago, we were at mid 61. So, but we'll see how things look tomorrow. I think this is in my focus list. I love what I'm seeing in the MACD, in the TSI. But again, the only risk factors that we have with Mara is that if Bitcoin dumps, then Mara comes with it. So that's the only thing. You're mounting this. We're mounting this 1680 level. I think if Bitcoin is over 61 tomorrow or 62, this is just gonna fly towards 1950. Forget about the 200 EMA and the 35 SMA. I think this is just gonna move into the next level. So, and that's how it moves. And I was talking about Mara right on this area right here, and I was also saying the same. This is gonna move really rapidly, and then it's probably gonna dump as fast, you know, and it did, and it always happens. You see it. It's a difficult name to trade. So it's in my opinion, Mara is one of those opportunistic, I guess, trades, and you just have to time it right. So keep an eye on the crypto world, and especially Bitcoin, and keep an eye on the price action of Mara. That's my suggestion for this name. I like it. Next, MBLY, and you know, I'm gonna tell you, I did buy some MBLY options. So my strike price is 16. We are at 15.16. My strike price is 16. My expiration date is October 18th. What is going on with these calls? They are down almost 2%. So I'm okay with that. 1.57 to be precise. I'm okay with that. But I think if we break this resistance, maybe we can call resistance, we are gonna move. There is very low liquidity here in this whole area. I think most of this sell-off was due to I think something I didn't know, that Intel was selling, you know, the positions that they have on this company, and they were selling very heavily. So I do believe that if we mount this level at 1520, we're just gonna continue going up. How fast? I don't know. I've never traded this name before, so I'm not very familiar with the behavior of the chart, but I do believe that there is opportunity here. It's very possible that the bottom was right here. MACD, TSI are looking good. The RSI is already pointing up and out of the oversold area. So we'll see. If I see weakness tomorrow, I'm probably gonna get rid of these calls. And again, it's because of my lack of familiarity with this name in particular. And but anyways, I think if we break this little level right here, we might possibly continue going up. We'll see what happens. What is next? I mentioned this name, let me see, on Monday for sure. NEE, which is Next Era Energy. And look at this. I think I made a post on X about this. It is moving. I wish it was moving a little bit faster, a little bit with more momentum. You have very low liquidity, I believe, in this area. Let's yeah, you have low liquidity in this area. You also you know, I would love to see this catching a little more volume because you're already over these zero lines. You're not overbought, but it would make me feel more comfortable to see more volume. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Today was kind of slow for it. It was almost up 1%. After hours is down 0.40%. So half of what you did today is gone. But I'm not too worried about after hours pricing unless it's the percentage is pretty high. But anyways, we'll see what happens. I just like this setup, and it's kind of working, you know, but it's moving very slow. I wish it was a little bit more violent or faster. Anyways, that's what I have for Next Era. There might be an opportunity here if we get more momentum. If not, I honestly would probably leave it alone. They're probably gonna go down if there's no more volume. Gonna go down to 78 and probably retest or just break and just go down. But I called this, I believe, on Monday on X, and well, so far it had a nice little move. But I wish there was more momentum on that. Anyways, another name that I haven't checked on for a while is, and I did take some, is ORCL. So in ORCL, we were talking about ORCL right on this area. This was on May? No. Oh, that was actually July. And I did have puts on ORCL, so I basically took this move somewhere from here down to this green candle, somewhere into this gap, and then I sold. I was green on those puts. The move to me, in my opinion, was a little bit obvious, but it didn't break where I thought it was going to. It actually bounced and retested and then went down. And then you had, you know, what happened in Monday on August 5th. So let's get rid of this. So now this rebound looks really good. It would be great if you actually retest this support level and then continue going up, but it's been green basically since August 8th till today. So that is, I don't know how many days today. It's the 21st, but a very nice move. It went past 35 SMA like nothing. It broke this resistance level at 137.5 just like nothing as well. And we might see a continuation towards 145. I wouldn't be surprised. It would be great if we see a little bit of red. I would love to see a little bit of red in this area and then continue going up. A retest would be great and then continue going up. So I'm bullish on ORCL. MACD and TSI is looking great. The RSI is also looking good. So I think a little bit of a couple of red candles would be fantastic and a continuation. But don't be surprised if you actually just continue moving up. Great on ORCL. I still like it. And now, last but not least, we're gonna do SOFI. And I like it a little bit less than what I did on Monday, to be honest. But it's having a hard time going over the 200 EMA. I think if we mount it within the next day or two, we're just gonna go towards 788 or maybe farther than that. But I think if you continue the lack of, or if you still have seller's pressure here, you're just gonna go down towards 35 SMA and maybe probably going back to under 7. Don't be surprised. This name is being pretty volatile. I like the setup that we have. I still like it. The setup that we have on the MACD and the TSI is a little bit, I guess, short in this area, but I still like it as long as we get to mount this. I think if you get more weakness tomorrow, you're gonna be under 7 again and going towards 669, which is my level right here, probably 670, whatever. So that's what I think. On Monday, I was a little bit enthusiastic about SOFI. I really liked what I was seeing. Yesterday, kind of nothing really happened. And then today, it had a hard time. Let's go to the 1 minute chart and see how this, look at this. Anyways, that's what I have for you guys. I'm gonna try to find other stocks that are moving. A lot of the setups are very similar, but you know, anyways, this is all I have for today. I'm just gonna go very quickly on my positions. Let me take a note right here. So my positions are, I have MBLY, I mentioned this at 16, and my with expiration on the 18th, October 18th. Then I have puts on Starbucks for October 18th as well. My price or my expiration is at, or my strike is at 90. Then I also bought August 30th calls for NVIDIA. I'm a little nervous because they, they expired on the 30th. The strike is at 129. And then I also have calls for September 27th at 8.5 for IREN, Iris Energy. And I kept my calls for Bank of America. My strike is 40 and expiration October 30th. So I'm sorry, October 18th. That's all I have. Okay, guys. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.